It was a chilly morning in Lagos,
and Sarah couldn't ignore the gnawing feeling in her chest any longer.
She knelt, stuffing clothes into an old suitcase.
Her husband, John, lay asleep in the next room, with their 3 children, James, Emily and little David, were still snuggled under their blankets, only to wake and find out she was gone.
Life had become unbearable for Sarah. She had married John when they were both young and hopeful, but over the years, the weight of their struggles had crushed her spirit.
John worked tirelessly as a mechanic, but his earnings barely kept him afloat.
"I can't keep living like this," she whispered to herself as she zipped up the suitcase.
She paused briefly, staring at her family photo on the wall. By the time John woke up, Sarah was gone. All she left behind was a hastily written note on the kitchen table. "John, I'm sorry, but I need to find a better life for myself. Please take care of the kids. I'll come back when I've made something of myself."
But days turned to weeks, and weeks to years. Sarah never returned, and her promises to send money or even a letter never came.
John's life fell apart after Sarah left. He worked longer hours, taking on multiple jobs to provide for the children. James, the eldest, had to grow up quickly.
He helped his siblings with their homework, cooked meals, and became a second parent to Emily and David.
The family struggled for years. John's resilience paid off. He turned his small mechanic shop into a thriving business. The children, inspired by their father's dedication, excelled in school. James became a successful lawyer, Emily a doctor, and David a tech entrepreneur. They never forgot the sacrifices their father made.
On David's birthday, the family gathered to celebrate. They raised a toast on how far they had come.
Little did they know, Sarah had been watching them from afar, following their achievements on social media.
It was a sunny afternoon when Sarah appeared at their gate. She was wearing a bright floral dress and looking nervous. Her once youthful face was now etched with lines of regret.
The gatekeeper hesitated, but eventually called James. When he saw her, his expression hardened. "Who's there?" Emily asked, joining her brother at the door. She froze when she saw Sarah.
"Hi, it's me," Sarah said, her voice trembling. "I'm your mother. I've come to make things right."
James crossed his arms, his face unreadable. "Right? After 20 years, why now?" "I made a mistake," Sarah said, tears streaming down her face. "I thought I was doing the right thing,
leaving to find a better life. But I was wrong. I was scared. Please forgive me."
John entered the scene, his hair now grey, but his presence as strong as ever. He froze when he saw Sarah. "You left us, Sarah," he said, his voice calm but heavy with emotion.
"You abandoned your children, and now you're back." "I want to make amends," Sarah said, pleading. "I want to be part of their lives."
Emily looked conflicted, her voice shaking as she said, "We cried for you, Mo, every night. Do you know what that did to us?" David, always the mediator, finally spoke. "People make mistakes, but do you really expect us to trust you now?" The family was divided. John walked out, unable to handle the confrontation. James wanted her gone. Emily was torn, and David considered giving her a chance.
Some argued Sarah deserved forgiveness. She's their mother. Everyone makes mistakes. Others condemned her. She abandoned her kids and only came back for their money. Unforgivable.
In the end, there was a tense dinner, the air thick with unresolved emotions. Whether they would forgive Sarah or shut her out forever remains uncertain. What do you think? Should they forgive or shut her out? Drop your answer in the comment.